What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. GDT, we're back again. It's the holiday season. I've been pumping out a couple of videos around the World Juniors, but we wanted to get all together and kind of recap a game. Canada just derailed Denmark. And boys, they kind of finally got their offensive guns rolling. We saw them put 7 up against Czechia, but that was in a game where they also let up 5. They only put up 2 against Latvia in a game where most people thought they probably should have derailed them as well. The same thing as last year almost happened. They took us to overtime, and well, luckily Michael Hage was able to get us out of the slump and turn things around. How are you guys doing? What are your guys' thoughts initially on the tournament through 3 games, I guess?
Good. First of all, I just want to say happy holidays, fellas. I mean, long time. I know we talked, but people don't know we've seen each other. We've seen each other. Happy New Year!
We have not seen each other.
We're probably going to do one of these on New Year's Day, I would imagine. After the game, before the festivities of the evening. So,
New Year's Day.
Hey,
New Year's Day or
New Year's Day?
Eve?
Yeah, the game when it's Canada, Finland. New Year's Day.
That's New Year's Eve.
Okay, New Year's Eve. Sorry, that's what I meant. I knew it was before the party. I don't know why I said New Year's Day.
New Year's Day is like the New Year. Yeah,
yes.
still a goose. At least you didn't put Scott or Wedgwood on your roster. It's okay. Anyways, Dallas, how are you doing? What are your thoughts on the tournament so far? Canada's 3-0.
Yeah, very good. Merry Christmas, guys. Wow. I think we're learning from the last few seasons, or last few years, guys. This is a different Team Canada squad. We see some familiar faces returning, but a whole new structure, a whole new game plan, and we're not looking very sloppy out there. We have a lot of guys that are chipping in, and I think that, the woes of the last 2 years really shown, and they were getting in on it early and making sure that the chemistry would be there. They were bringing a lot of offensive guys this time, not quaint defensive players or anything along the lines of that. This is looking like a very more structured Team Canada team. And I know we were just talking off air, but as this recording goes out, like, Canada only needs to win, in any fashion. And, it's looking very good. I know Gavin McKenna scored a hattie tonight against Denmark. Like, the Danish people love Canadians. They love Canadians. But when it's World Juniors time around Christmas, that's all off the table, right? But unfortunately, we derailed Denmark tonight, 9-1, but this is just looking good going into the next game, guys. Like, Canada, I think, has poised to get a medal this year on the podium, so we'll see. The Czechs, though, oh man, they are looking scary, though, fellas. Scary. Like, I think the last 2 days, was it Thomas Galvis was leading the scoring, and now a Slovak is taking the lead now. But yeah, I don't know. I think this Czechia is here to really bounce back and give everybody a run for their money for sure.
Yeah, McKenna leads now. Actually, he's 7. But I know what you're saying. Like, yeah, he's right
after
there.
This game. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, actually, Renko took the lead, but then with 4, and then Will Zellers actually tied him with that goal that Riley thought actually shouldn't have counted, the kick, because there was too much emphasis on that stop at the back door on the back post. But
only with 1 foot too. He didn't do both feet like that. I mean, the game was over. So I guess they only won by 1, didn't they?
No, they did too. They did, because Franco tied it at the end.
At the time, it put them up by 2, and it was it's probably over. But they won by 1, and with IIHF being so stingy on kicking plays, I just don't know how they looked at that and saw that he didn't propel his foot forward. I don't get it.
Is Will Zellers Team USA's secret weapon this year? Like, I know he wasn't as offensively showcased last World Juniors, but this time, like, he is becoming like their top guy for this Team USA team. Like, I know James Haggins, he's having a very productive tournament so far, but I think Will Zellers is just a standout candidate for this Team USA roster this year. Fellas, do you concur?
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Max Blunt. He plays with Minnesota in the Golden Gophers, and so he was coming in. He's kind of in his home rink, and he was supposed to light up this tournament. He's leading the NCAA in points, and he's not really been too like visible out there for the United States. It's really been Will Zellers, and at times you look to guys. Actually, today they had a spotlight on Brendan McMorrow, so he was a guy today that really stepped up for the States. Riley liked Cole Hudson in that one game that he did play. We kind of give our best wishes to Cole Hudson, but we do expect him to be back in the lineup for that New Year's Eve game on Sweden, or at least I do myself, because I do think them giving them the day-to-day status right away means they're not holding off on him, and they want him back as soon as possible for that date with Sweden on New Year's Eve. But, fellas, looking forward to New Year's Eve. Finland showed that they could score, and they showed that they could score against a team that Canada has failed to put up more than 2 goals in a game against the past 2 years. We've scored 4 goals in 2 games against Latvia, coincidentally on the very same day the past 2 years. So what do we have to do to kind of continue that offense this time against a team in Finland with a hot goalie in Petteri Rimponen?
Don't sit back. Don't play arrogantly. This is a tough team. They got to come in with a little less swagger and a little more drive in their game, right? Like, this is Team Canada. Yes, we have a lot of good talent on this team, but don't get comfortable, right? Like, think of the woes that happened before. You can't let them get all under your skin, and this is what happens. They take you to a shootout and they beat you, last tournament. So you just got to keep the foot on the gas the entire fucking game. Don't let them get an inch. Drive the 200 feet and play your game.
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Dally. I think that what we saw the Czechs do was out-defend them, because they're both very defensive teams, and it was going to be whoever scored 2 goals won. And obviously the Czechs did there in overtime. But I would say, Canada, they just got to do what you said. It just needs to be offense, offense, offense. This maybe is the weakest Finland team in the last 5 years, maybe, as their depth goes. For me, Tampa fan, they have Jonas Saralainen, and no offense to him, but what's he? He's like a 4th or 7th rounder or something, and he's on their second line. So their team is just not. They don't have really too many first rounders. They don't have very many second rounders. So I just think that they live and die on defense, and when they can't put the puck in the net, and they were close a couple times. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I just think that's it. And I kind of want to go over this is the closest I've ever seen this tournament. I mean, Germany was so close to keeping things close this morning. They were a post away, and then they were a crossbar versus Sweden, and then it got away from them. We're talking about the Slovaks. Switzerland doesn't have a win, but man, are they close to deserving a win. To say that the teams that are going to finish first in their divisions and have to get to play the 4th teams, I don't think it's a cakewalk. Regardless, one game you could lose. Any team right now, I think.
This is anybody's tournament. Absolutely.
Before we get on to the top 10 players of the tournament right now, I want to just ask you guys real quick. The game-winning goal for Czechia, Adam Jiricek, is that the play of the tournament, if not the play of the last few tournaments?
It was. In the moment, overtime, beating a team like Finland for Czechia.
It's a big game in the group stage.
It's a huge moment. Top of the moment, yes. I mean, McKenna's goal tonight was unreal. The way that he froze the Danish netminder and then did the the toe drag around and then tuck back in short side. That's almost just a special. I get it, between the legs, going backwards overtime. I'm still going to give it to Jiricek. It was definitely the play, but to have these 2 plays on the same day was incredible.
I'd say top 5 the last few tournaments.
Yeah, when TSN used to do their head-to-head, I forget what it was called, but they used to have a segment where they'd put 2 plays head-to-head, and they'd have a champion and a challenger or whatnot. It wouldn't take too long for Gavin McKenna's goal to knock Jiricek's goal out of the champion spot, if you know what I mean. Yeah. But without further ado, fellas, Riley, I want to let you take over, because you kind of wanted to discuss some top 10 lists. We all put a top 10 list together, and let's see what we came up with.
Yeah, this is let's be real. People don't run at us for who's going to be the best NHLer or who's going to be the best at the end of this tournament. Let's just talk about the halfway point of this tournament, who the best performers are, because they're not a lot of the guys that it should be. You know, there's maybe only one or two guys on Canada and one or two guys on the United States that deserve to be on that list. There's a whole whack load of guys from Sweden. Then you have guys from Czechia and Slovakia just having a heck of a tournament. Latvia has guys like Schmitz who are just performing out of their world. And then I know, what's his name, Steiner on Germany. Like
Switzerland.
Is he on Switzerland? Is that where he is?
He had a rip.
Like there's tons of guys that are playing out of their world. So I just thought we'd all start with our 10 and go to 1 and see kind of where we get. I'm going to start with Galvis from Czechia. Not fair, I don't think, to have the guy who was leading the tournament in points up till today, and he's only 1 point back of Gavin McKenna. I think there's a little bit more to be desired there, I guess. I think he's having a great tournament, but I just don't know if he's above the top 10. But for him, top 10 is great in this tournament. We're talking about Michael Misa being in this tournament and Zane Parekh being in this tournament. And to have him in my top 10, I think is a huge respect to what he's done.
Dallas.
My number 10?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Alrighty. So this one, I mean, was a little bit iffy, but like you alluded to, though, like this isn't going to be like based on, you know, truly who's going to excel the most post-tournament. This is just who we think is kind of our own basis, right? So I got Heikki Ruohonen out of Finland. You know, he isn't having the greatest nor the worst tournament, but he is a big presence out there on the ice for the Finns. And I think he's having a very decent tournament. Now, don't count out Finland yet, fellas. Like, they still have a lot of hockey to play, and this is still a good hockey team. So I like the way he's playing a very structured game. You know, he's looking confident out there. He's not sluggish. So I like to put him at a confident number 10 here.
My number 10 is Wojtek Šihaš. He hasn't been like too potent offensively for the Czechs. He doesn't have too many points, but he's solid, and you hear the announcers say his name a lot, and he's been a game changer. He's always there in the critical moments of a game. He had a couple points against Canada in that opening game, and I think he's one of the – I think I have 3 Czechs on my top 10 list, so that's pretty good for them.
Yeah, that's good. And Czechs are playing great. I think they deserve all the respect. I'm going to go with Zellers. Like you mentioned, Dally, is he the guy? You know, it was supposed to be – what was it supposed to be? Plant, Yzerman, and I had it earlier. I'm blanking. There's even Horkoff, right? Everyone's talking about Horkoff lighting up the NCAA, and it's Zellers.
Like Michigan, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm all for Zellers. I think he's having a great tournament. 4 goals, leading the way for them. Yeah, for me, he's doing a heck of a job. Gets in my top 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with his teammate, number 9, James Haggins. You know, Boston Bruins product here. I mean, yeah, he's really showcasing his talents once again. Back-to-back years for Team USA. I like what he's bringing this year. You know, he's brought a more physical game. You know, he's playing a lot of more shutdown time. So I like what I'm seeing out of James Haggins. Number 9, I think, is a good spot for him. I don't think he's really showing out as much, but he still respectively deserves a top 10 for me.
Him and Zellers are definitely flip-flop. Very, very similar. You know, Haggins scored 2 goals tonight, and they only won by 1. So you could argue that he was very impactful today. So I like it.
My number 9 is actually a gold center. It's Love Härenstam from Sweden. I know that Sweden usually brings a offense and defensive load of stars, but Härenstam played the first 2 games. He let up, I think it was maybe 2 goals in the first 2 games. I have to check really quickly, but
he has only 2 goals against average, so 2 goals a game.
Yeah,
so 4 goals total.
And Härenstam's played a little bit better than Rimpinen, in my opinion. And Rimpinen was the goaltender to beat coming into this tournament last year. He had a .933, and that's a pretty solid save percentage, if you ask me, especially in a short tournament. It's going to be hard to beat that, but if you ask me, Harenstam's the top goaltender in the tournament so far.
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback right on that because my 8th is also Harnstam. I mean, there should be no other goaltender on this list. I don't think any of us have any other goaltender on this list. I questioned putting him here, but like you said, he's, Canada is kind of flip-flopping. They've all of a sudden registered a third goalie, and George is not playing the greatest. You got Rimpinen, who didn't play the greatest. And then there's really no other goalie that's maybe taken away. No Linus Feldbergs or anything like that this year. There's been some good goaltending all around, but Harenstam just seems like the guy who's running away with the crease in the tournament. So I'm going with Harenstam. Go ahead, Dally.
I got Emil Hemming, fellas, another Finn here at number 8. 28 points in 17 games played already this season for the Barrie Colts of the OHL. 3-goal tournament already, for the Finns in this year's World Juniors. Like this guy's having a good tournament so far, and I think he's going to very well excel, having his fellow brotherman on his national team there. I mean, he's got a lot of good chemistry with a lot of guys returning to this Finnish squad. So, yeah, look out. I think Emil's going to have another good tournament this year, fellas.
Okay, my number 8 is Peter Sikara, and shout out to Gord Miller for telling us how to pronounce his name. I guess we were all pronouncing his father's name wrong as well when he played in the NHL. But
it's Sikora. Who are we kidding?
I thought it was spelled with a Y actually at first, but anyways,
same. It definitely was a Y on the back of his jersey in the NHL, for sure.
Some Europeans do that. Like, oh, by Dallas, Oleg Kulibiakin for Halifax. In Russian, it's spelled with a Y, but in like European or North American English, it's spelled with an I for some reason. No idea. Anyways, Sikora, he was the guy that took that knee last year. Baudouin was out in the first 5 minutes. He took a game misconduct for the knee. And then Sikora stayed out there, scored on the power play, blah, blah, blah. He came back this year. He scored against Canada. He scored a couple other goals in the tournament so far. That's good enough for 8th place. You're good enough to get under the skin of the other teams, and he's leading his team with the heavy shoulder this year. So good on Sikora.
And he's already wearing a bubble because he's been injured in the face. Like, he just is a wrecking ball. And for me, like, if this was a 15 list, he's on my list. I think he's playing fantastic, and I'm with you all the way. Like, 8, not a stretch at all for him. All right. My 7, I have Trenko from Slovakia, the tournament's leading goal scorer. I think that you have to have him on the list at least. He's not top 5, but close enough at 7. He's just being a clutch goal scorer for Slovakia. And they would not be where they are without him. He is finding ways to get the puck in the net. Even his hat-trick goal that went in off the goaltender the other night that he was making a pass, he's still putting the puck in positions that are ending up in the net. And I just think he's playing fantastic. So Trenko for me is my 7.
Yeah, my number 7 is finally we hear Zane Parek's name at the World Junior Championships. This is a guy who obviously should have made it last year. He did not. But now we get to see him on the ice for this Team Canada squad. And holy man, can he ever score, right? Like, this is probably one of the best offensive defensemen we've seen come out of the CHL in a long time. And we get to see his talent showcased on the national stage for Team Canada. And, he's doing a phenomenal job quarterbacking that power play unit number 1, right? So this is the start of many good things for Zane Parek. Like, he's just going to show you why he should have been there last year as well. And he's obviously proving his worth to this team.
No, I totally agree with you that there's a very good reason. I'm just going to be honest. I don't have Zane Parek on my list. I just don't love the terrible defensive game. Like, he just is struggling so hard defensively. Because if you want to call yourself Canada's best defender, and I get, goals win games, and I know that he's been fantastic at putting the puck in the net, but he's also out there for these goals against. And I think that they cleaned it up today, obviously, but it was a weaker Denmark team. I want to see how he does against Finland. I want to know what kind of a defensive liability is he going to be is he just going to be a power play specialist when they get it, or is he actually going to be able to do stuff? I've seen good defensive plays from him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not calling him a terrible defender by any means, but for me to call him top 10, you take away his points and he's been a liability. And maybe that's the same for some other players too. But I just think if you're going to be Canada's best defender, you kind of got to do it on both sides. So I just want a little bit more out of him. But he's definitely he could be on this list. No problem.
His shutdown game isn't where it should be right now. But if you look at it, he's there for his playmaking abilities, his passing, to make sure to open up the ice to get the playoff for a one-timer or two. Right, this guy I think is most known for his scoring, but just his insane passing ability and his hockey IQ, just to find the plays. So I wouldn't really critique so much of his defensive side. Obviously, he is looked upon more of an offensive defenseman than a defensive defenseman. But as a defenseman, obviously, at the end of the day, you should be playing more a shutdown, structured game. But I wouldn't look at it too much, considering that this is the guy that is just most known for scoring. And at the end of the day, if Team Canada wins, we'll just remember that he was making the sick play.
For me, here's the thing. I'll say this to finish on him. If he goes the rest of the tournament putting up this offense and he goes, let's say they go against USA or they go against Sweden and they obviously are going against Finland, if he becomes a even just average defender in those games, totally changes my opinion. He can absolutely be on the top 10. He's just below average still, so that's why I couldn't put him here. But yeah, good point though, Vitaly.
Okay, you guys probably aren't going to like this one because you probably think I think this guy has a good argument to be higher, at least in the top 5. My 7 is Viggo Bjork, short and sweet. He's been absolutely lethal for the Swedes, especially on the power play. He fed one backdoor I think it was Eklund that put it home in the back door, just tape to tape pass. The way he's able to skate and quarterback that power play. He's draft eligible this year, and he could go one. Could go one.
No, he's not going one.
Could go one.
Not going one.
Could go one.
I will say this, actually. I will say this because I've been saying it for months. Right after the game tonight, Canada-Denmark, James Duthie goes, now there's been some critics talking about McKenna not at number 1. Does this solidify him at number 1? I'm like, of course. I've said this the whole time. They're going to get to the World Juniors. McKenna's going to play fantastic, and everyone's going to shut up about anyone else at number 1.
They're going to forget they ever critiqued him.
They're all going to forget that they even doubted Gavin McKenna at number 1. Now, Viggo Bjork, to me, could be like McKenna Stenberg Bjork or McKenna Bjork Stenberg. Verhoff could be the one now falling out after what we're seeing.
I forgot about Stenberg. I forgot he was there too. Yeah.
But that's okay. Like I think Bjork has closed the gap more than any other prospect. What?
I said shit. I forgot about Stenberg.
Changing your list. All right, I'll jump mine. My next one is Eklund. Maybe not on the points side, but Eklund is not a Swedish hockey player. He hits everything. He is not finesse. He is not talent. He is hard work, aggression, forward checking. Maybe he doesn't show us anything more than
Gabe Landeskog.
Yeah. And maybe he will get to Gabe Landeskog, but say his floor is a
I'm just saying like, that's a non-skill. Like Gabe Landeskog he's a Swede and he's like all heart and soul. Like, he was good when he was good, but like, let's be honest, he was never the driving force on that top line.
Fair enough. So, but yeah, exactly. Yeah. So let's say Gabe Landeskog's the ceiling. Like, what a fantastic ceiling. And then if his floor is like third line checking with speed, skill, and puts up 15 goals, 45 points a year, like that's a heck of an NHLer. People always think, at third overall, you have to hit a home run. Like, hey, what if the guy just stays in the league for more than 10 years and actually adds value to your team? Like, it's still only like 15 out of the 32 first rounders drafted actually play in the NHL at a consistent basis. So I think if you even get that type of a player out of him, you're a happy camper. So that's my pick, Eklund at 6.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with fellow countrymen here. Anton Frondell. We are seeing a good plethora of Chicago Blackhawks prospects in this tournament, and we have former third overall pick in Anton Frondell in this tournament. I like his game. Brings a lot of energy, and I say energy to this Swedish team. You said the heart and soul for Uckland, but I say that Anton Frondell brings a lot of energy to this Swedish roster, and yeah, I think he's just having one more of a step than last year at the World Juniors, and he's just picking up where he left off. I like what I'm seeing from his game.
This is what I'll say without leading my list any further astray. The San Jose Sharks are watching Frondell, and they are watching Misa, and they are regretting their pick. 1,000,000% they're regretting their pick.
Frondell's up here, and Misa's game's
way down. Way down. And I don't even want to get it, but this, for the same reasons that Chicago took Frondell for his two-way game, is the exact same reasons that San Jose should have taken him with Celebrini and with Smith and with Eklund of their own and all these all-stars. They should have taken Frondell. They didn't need a 69 goal scorer from the OHL or whatever. I don't even remember what he scored last year, 60 or whatever. They didn't need that. They have the guys that can do that. So I just think they're watching Misa, who had a better game tonight, but then they're watching Frondell and they're like, holy crap, we fucked up because this kid's special.
Absolutely. I think, they're kicking their own asses with that one.
Yeah. Go ahead, Day. Tell us your 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my 6 is my 6 is Thomas Renko from Slovakia, tournament leader in points. He would be up there if he was named Anton Frondell, but he's not. So
fair enough. My next, I know he's only played one game. Here's the thing. I think he could play one game and Cole Hudson still wins defender of the tournament. He's literally just that good. He is steps above.
Yeah, but what did he do?
Everyone else. I think he put up 2 points. I think, and his all around game. He's better than Zane Parekh. He's better than Brunick has been. He's better than a lot of these guys. I think the fact that he even slipped to the second round with his brothers being Wayne Hudson.
If we're going off of performance alone, then Zane Parekh also put up 2 goals in one game. He put up 3 points in a game. Thomas Galvis had 2 points in a game.
Oh yeah, but I'm not even just talking about necessarily the points, but I'm talking about how
I know.
Dominated. He dominated that. He played almost every minute, it seemed. He was out there the whole game. They trusted him the entire game. So for me, that he deserves it. And when he does come back, he probably will win defender of the tournament because of how good he's going to play to finish it out.
Yeah, that's fair.
Go ahead, Dally.
I got Jasper Kota from the Finnish squad. This guy was keeping pace with a lot of the top scorers in the tournament early on. As we said earlier, this is obviously a more depleted Finnish squad, but again, do not count them out. They got guys like Jasper in this tournament who are just keeping pace with a lot of these other top players. Jasper. So yeah, I like it. I like what he's doing so far. He's in my top 5.
All right, my number 5 is actually rounded off by Thomas Galvis. I like the way he plays. Craig Button has actually referred to him as a Lane Hudson style of player a few times this tournament. He leads in defensive points, if I'm not mistaken. And he's been a rock on the back end for Czechia. He's a second pair defenseman now with Radim Mrka. Today he played with on that second pair. And I think him and Mrka are going to be probably one of the hardest pairs to play against, with kind of Galvis's offensive capabilities and Mrka's shot down size and stuff. It'll be tough.
You were right. He does have 6 points and Parekh has 5 for a defenseman.
Okay, sweet.
He is up there. Great pick. He was just, my 10, but he could have been higher. He could have absolutely been higher. I'm going to go with Viggo Bjork. Not much more to be said other than the fact that I do think he's working his way into the top 3. I think he finds amazing offensive opportunities. His hockey IQ is insane. He's a puck battle winner. And let's talk about this. Dominant face-off performer. Dominant. He is winning draws at an insane clip. I don't know if they have face-off percentage stats. I'm just going to scroll down and see. No, they don't. If they did, he might be first in the tournament. He probably isn't. Jack Berglund's up there too. But Bjork is out there and, they're like, oh, we need a goal. It's not Berglund. Oh, we need Berglund to win a faceoff. They put Bjork at the dot. So I think Vigo's a great player, and I really think that he has impressed, and he's really turning some heads. I would, if you don't need a defenseman prospect, I'm not passing on him at 3.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Slovak here, Tomas Trenko. I mean, obviously just took over the top scoring position tonight, but I think he's going to get paced for sure. I know there's a lot of good guys in this tournament like Gavin McKenna. I think he's going to lose his spot at number 1, but again, do not count him out. It's a really good hockey player, and I think respectively deserves this top 5 finish on my list. So he's impressing. Like, what I'm getting out of this tournament, guys, is the fact that the Slovaks and the Czechias are really, really up in their game these last few tournaments. And it's actually exciting to see, right? Like, these are some guys that it's like, holy shit. Like, Canada used to be a really, tough fucking customer, but now it's becoming the Czechs and the Slovaks, right? So I like what I'm seeing. This is very exciting hockey. And yeah, I think these guys are just going to keep continuing to build, their good hockey culture over there. And it's fun to bring to the World Junior Championship.
All right, my number 4. It's kind of tough. Plain and simple, though. His cousin came here to Halifax and broke records. He's being compared to him like nobody's business. He scored a hat trick today in front of his parents that he doesn't get to see very often. They live in Whitehorse. If anybody doesn't know, that's way the hell up there. And Penn State is
up
way
here.
the hell on a map. On a map. Yes,
We're straight up. From you, it's way across the country, but
it's
from
like
us,
it's like way up here, and then Penn State is like down there, and then so it's like not close at all. So I'm just happy for the kid.
14 hours, Dally? 14-hour drive?
What's that?
Whitehorse? Is it 14 hours from us?
No, so what's crazy is that actually
no, it's what's crazy is I've actually done it before on my own 2 feet.
No, I was going to say it's going to be a lot farther than that because I was actually on Google Maps the other day just kind of, fucking around seeing how far we can get to Haida Gwaii. And that's a 22-hour drive, and that's still in BC. So guess what? You want to go to, the Yukon? That's even further.
You are absolutely right. It is 26 hours away by drive.
Plus
it's far
to Penn State. So 22 or 26 plus the drive to Penn State. So probably like
add 3 days to that travel too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we're for province-wise, we're like 5 provinces over from Pennsylvania and then down.
And a lot of people don't realize that. I mean, you can get from like Vancouver to Golden, which is, the edge of the Rockies of BC there. That's like 6 hours. But if you want to go north to south, like Riley just said, like a Soyuz all the way up to the Yukon, like 26 plus hours. Like, we have a big ass province, man. People don't realize that. But anyways.
All right, let's get up to the top 3. We're done the Canadian geography class here, fellas.
My number 3 is Ivar Stenberg. I think that the points may not be there, but the domination is there. The puck skill, the hockey IQ, he is just taking things to a whole new level. I see why. Obviously, we haven't really got to watch him, right? But our friend Stephen Ellis has been saying how this kid's unreal. And, he's breaking Daniel Sedin's point record in Sweden in the men's league, right? Like all this stuff. But we haven't got to see it. Now we see it. Now we know how good this kid is, and he is showing out phenomenally. And I'm happy to have him in my top 3. I think he's a workhorse.
I like seeing Gavin McKenna on my top 3, again, just proving why he deserves this first overall pick in the 2026 NHL draft, right? Like, just phenomenal, franchise-changing player, generational talent. He is going to cap off a beautiful World Junior Championship this year, probably gunning for the MVP. Who knows? But yes, top 3 for me. Like that pick, Gavin McKenna. This is good, very good tournament for him. I like what I see.
Okay.
And for those that don't know, he's from Whitehorse, Yukon. It's way up there.
Way up there. Canadian geography.
It's way the fuck up there.
Oh, for you. Yeah, for you got to go this way and then this way.
Dude, for me, I got to go.
Like, you might as well take a boat across the bay and hit Nunavut and just go straight.
Yeah.
Like,
if I take the boat across the bay.
Hey, man, if you wanted to take a flight there, it'd be a lot cheaper. Actually, no, sorry, it'd be a lot more expensive than taking a trip to Hawaii, believe it or not. Or if you want to go to Australia,
because there's nothing there. What is the value of going to Whitehorse, Yukon?
I'm just saying, from one end of the country to the other in Canada is more expensive than going abroad to Europe on a flight. Isn't that crazy?
You told Hawaii, Europe. That's tough.
No, I said Australia, Hawaii, or now Europe. Anywhere exotic away, right? That's really far away. Distant, faraway lands.
Fair enough.
All right. My number 3. You guys aren't going to like this, or at least Riley won't. Might not be all there defensively, but offensively, isn't he playing amazingly? Zane Parak. He's sliding right into my number 3 spot. And the thing I love the most about this kid, he has not a care in the world. He might have got cut from this team last year, and he came in with the attitude that someone like him should have had. And he's playing like, oh, well, Gavin McKenna misses that open net at the end of the third or end of the first period to make it 4-0, or would have been 4-1 or 4-0. I think 4-0. And McKenna's pissed off, skating to the camera, looking away from the camera. Zane Parak comes up behind him, and the camera catches Zane Parak with a huge smile on his face. Like, that's the kind of stuff you want to see from a guy like that in Zane Parak. Like, someone that doesn't really, he was cut last year, doesn't really have the space on the team as a returner like some of the guys do, but he's still able to kind of handle himself professionally and handle himself without really a care in the world, especially when he's got a lot of eyes looking down at him. So I think Zane Parak, along with sniping a few from the point, he's in my 3 hole.
I like that he's taking it more of an opportunity to just soak it all in and enjoy it, rather than bring in this cocky attitude with them, thinking like, oh yeah, I finally am here now. They finally chose me. Like, let me prove myself. No, he's just enjoying it. I'm here for the ride. Let's go win some medals, fellas. Yeah, I like it. He's having fun. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Just have fun. That's what the tournament's all about.
Yeah, and I will say, like, I definitely don't hate it. Like I said, you can't argue his offense. I just don't like his well-rounded game. Maybe I'm the one being too picky, right? Like, let's be honest. They needed this last year. I wouldn't have been judging him last year on his defense if he was putting up these points on a team that couldn't score, right? So I think it's fair. I think 3 is fine. Maybe I'm being too critical on the kid. And yeah, all respect to him though for, like you said, showing up with a good attitude.
No, I think anywhere from like 7 to maybe 3 is a stretch, but anywhere from 7 up, I think you could put Parak. I think he's been good enough to be in the top 10 for sure. But anyways, let's move on to the 2.
Yeah, so I got a guy that, if you don't know, he's from Whitehorse, Yukon, Gavin McKenna, way up there. He's my number 2. I think still, I guess same for Parak, but maybe just the fact that he's honestly Canada's best player as a draft eligible. His defensive game, he still is making mistakes. But if you're going to compare McKenna to anyone, and I guess I should, it's Nikita Kucherov. So if I got to love Kuch for the craziness that he does and the goals he costs his team, but the amount of points he puts up, you got to love McKenna for what he brings to this team. And he has been the best player, driving all the offense. We saw the whole first bit of the game there. He tried passing more and more and more. And then he finally just went, you know what? I'm just going to put the puck in the net myself. And he just did that. something where like Leon Draisaitl told McDavid in the playoff or after they got eliminated the one year, he's like, why don't you start shooting the puck more? And then McDavid scored 60 the next year. I'm sure someone in the room was like, hey, kid, put the puck in the net. Like, you're good enough. So I think, whether it was Martone or Hage or whoever it was, he started shooting and it started going in the net. So fantastic play from him. I think if this team's going to win, he's going to have to take them there.
Where's he from again?
2. Oh, sorry. I thought you were going to ask what rank. 2. But he is from Whitehorse, Yukon. Cousin to Connor Bedard, by the way.
Way up?
No, it's actually down now. Flipped. Yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Well, fun fact, Dayton going to get a cheaper flight to this guy's home country than to go to Gavin McKenna's hometown. And my number 2 pick, fellas, is Galvis, right? Another big-bodied Czechia player having a phenomenal tournament. I like seeing the more spotlight on a lot of these other countries' players. Their games are just evolving every year, and it's good. This is healthy, competitive hockey for a lot of the bigger, more podium finishing teams like the Canadas, the US, the Swedes, the Finns. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from this Czechia program, and it just keeps getting better and better, year in, year out. So I'm liking this that he's still pacing a lot of these top players in the tournament. So way to go, Galvis.
Good
Number
pick.
2.
Yeah, I mean, him and Perek, vice versa, like they could be 10-1 for all we know, right? They've both been so good as defensemen in terms of point production. So yeah, I think that's a fine place to put him for sure. Who's your 2, Dayton? He's changing his 2.
Guy's probably just silently roasting.
I'm actually I'm checking flights from here to Prague, but there are none. So, because Dallas told me I could get a cheaper flight from here to Prague, so can't. Thomas Galvis, I guess I'm not seeing you later.
That's why you fly to Boston first, buddy, and then get on it with an American airline.
Dude, Halifax. Wait, what?
I said Dayton looking for some heated rivalry action with Galvis.
Dude, no. Actually, that series is wild. I didn't actually. I've seen all the commercials, but I never really paid attention. I was like, I'm just another shitty hockey spin off of Shoresy or something probably. No. No. I heard what it's actually about. No. Anyways,
we'll this list, and then I'll tell Chris Powers' story from Empty Netters. Funniest story you could ever hear about that show, and because those guys are watching it and they're giving episode recaps, and they're having the time of their life watching the show. They're having a blast. But Chris has the funniest story you'll ever hear, so I'll tell it after. But go ahead with your 2.
Here's 2. I actually love this guy because we used to have a store right down the road called Zellers. Will Zellers.
Best store ever. Go ahead.
You had Zellers? Okay, yeah.
Oh,
did they have the little diner in it?
The restaurant is
amazing.
Yeah.
Missed that.
Strips. Old 1950s vibe up in there.
Yeah. But anyways, Will Zellers is a beauties. Maybe he might have kicked that one in. Who knows? Don't tell him that. He won't tell you that. So he's still sitting. What?
A goal is a goal. They count.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, he's in my 2 spot, and I think he'd be pretty happy about that. Or he'd be like, Dayton, who the fuck is that guy?
Fair enough.
Which is probably what he'd say. But anyways.
My number 1, like I was kind of saying earlier, I think that San Jose regrets not taking this guy, Anton Frondel. The control and pure domination on all sides of the game that this guy has is unreal. I don't even know what else to say. He has surprised me so much, and deservedly so, that he definitely should have been the number 2 pick last year. And this is no offense to Schaefer, because Schaefer might be on Team Canada's world or Olympic roster. He could, with this play, rival Schaefer. I think he would be so good in the NHL this year. Unreal good. And I think that he would be giving Schaefer a run for his Rookie of the Year. And I love this kid's game. And I wish somehow Tampa sucked last year because we got eliminated first round anyways, and we could have got him because he's a hell of a player.
To round off my list, fellas, I'm going to go with Will Zellers, product of Team USA, third-round pick of the Colorado Avalanche. I think he has one of the most explosive, dynamic play style that we are seeing out of this tournament. And I honestly think out of anyone probably more top 3 player this tournament that is the most NHL ready on an explosive forward core for Colorado. Like, I think, as I texted you guys earlier, that I think he could really make a run for opening roster next year. Like, this guy's game has just evolved so much since when we seen him last year at the World Juniors. So I really like what I'm seeing. And tournament's young. You know, there's gonna be a lot more scoring to be had, fellas. So right now he's my number 1 pick.
Good pick.
Okay, give me Anton Frondell. It's the only guy that really deserves to be number 1, Dallas. I'm sorry. Will Zellers is a good 2. He's a good 2. But Anton Frondell.
That's all right.
Anton Frondell, though. Anton Frondell is the number 1 pick. And he's definitely the number 1 performer. Like Riley said, he's heavy. He plays with a heavy aspect in the offensive zone. He's hard to get off the puck. And when he's on the puck, it's usually not on his stick that long unless he's carrying it up the ice and starting a breakout, which he does a lot of because he's a good 2-way player. Got a long stick, a lot like Barkov, so I could see why he's got all that praise around him.
Absolutely. Great list, though, boys. I don't think anyone was off base with any pick, really. Let's be straight again, because people tend to get their back up. These are kids, right? They're just doing the best they can. They make mistakes. We're ranking them for fun. It doesn't determine anything about the rest of their life. And some of them are having good tournaments, and some of them are having okay tournaments. I don't think anyone's having a bad tournament of all the teams. I think every player is playing good, playing their hearts out. Like, I think all around it's been a great tournament. So,
and all 3 of our lists have been very unique, like not one of the same, right? So except for you guys' first pick, but all that was said though, yeah, great lists. Yeah, not one the same, not one.
I got a question for you. Are we gonna keep rolling while you tell me this Chris Peters story?
Let's roll it. Yeah, I got Chris Powers. Yeah,
Chris Powers. Yes,
he put it out there to the world, so we'll say it. So. Chris told us a story. Empty Netters, if you haven't seen them, we had them on. Go check them out. They're fantastic. You've probably seen them. They're way bigger than us. They're like, honestly, my favorite hockey podcast right now. They are just fantastic. So he tells the story about how he ordered food. I think he got back from beer league. Then he ordered food. Then he got a message like all food was like delayed, and then the driver had it, and the driver just never showed up. Restaurant called him and was like, "Hey, sorry, like the guy stole it." He's like, "Oh, shitty, that sucks." And then the manager is like, "Hey, I'm going to bring you food. Don't worry about it." So he expects the guy to just knock on his door or whatever and drop the food off. But he knocks on the door. Chris invites him in, has a good chat with him for a second, right? Just like, "Oh, thank you, man. I really appreciate this." I think he said he tipped him. I'm not sure. That doesn't really matter. But I think, he just was really appreciative that this guy did this for him. They have their chat. He closes the door. Says, "See you later" to the guy. End of conversation. Well, at the moment, he's watching Heated Rivalry, and he turns around, and one of the main characters is getting his ass eaten on the big plasma screen TV. And he's like, this fucking guy came to my place, and in the background, he thinks I'm watching the freaking shit on my TV. Well, we're having a conversation. Like, he has it paused, crack open, tongue out, full thing, and this guy was just having a normal conversation. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're welcome." And in the background, this is, and obviously he doesn't even know hockey, and he's like, he has no idea what I'm watching, and it's on in the background. Funniest story I've ever heard in my life. I was laughing audibly.
How is that on Crave? How are they allowed to put that on Crave?
Crave doesn't care. Shorzy's on Crave, man. Shorzy goes all out. Maybe not on the actual visuals, but they go all out on the words and the innuendos and stuff. So, but that to me was the funniest story I've heard, and they're having a blast watching this show. If you don't really want to watch the show, but you want to have the funniest recaps of it, go watch those guys talk about it, and they're pumped. they're so pumped, and they're like, oh, we need a guy to come out now in the NHL, and we need them to like tell us their stories like this and stuff. They're totally invested in this show. So I think it's hilarious.
You want a better hockey show to watch? Go watch Major Junior. Dayton, I'm
I
sure
haven't
you've
seen
seen it.
No,
You
I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Have you heard of it?
Yeah, but I bet you nobody gets their ass eaten. So
Yeah, it's about two Chicoutimi players.
actually insane, dude.
It is.
That is
I gotta watch Shoresy. The new season of Shoresy's coming out here. Or
What,
came out on
season
Christmas
6?
Day. Yeah.
All right, well, when you're done watching Shoresy, go watch Major Junior.
What's it on? I gotta watch it.
Pretty sure it's on Netflix Day, or is it Crave?
I don't know. Never seen it.
Dude, I literally thought you just said you did see
He
it.
said he hasn't seen it.
Oh,
No.
Christ. Okay, well, you
That's
go
all
watch
good.
it too, buddy. Go watch it too.
Oh,
At least
Yeah.
you can see some CHL hockey. It's not fiction.
I watched when I was yeah, I've actually never seen it, but when I was younger, I watched a movie on the Quebec Pee Wee tournament, I think, or something like that.
oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I will say this last thing on Heated Rivalry. Breaking Bad had the #1 watched TV show like premiere in history. Heated Rivalries episode, it was 5 or 7, just past that. It is the all-time highest watched episode in history.
Was it
on
because
release.
of that scene?
I don't know if it was that episode. All I know is that it just passed. So, like, we're talking about Breaking Bad, which is like one of the best shows ever made,
All
and
time,
this show just passed it, which tells you there's a lot of people looking for some steamy hockey content out there.
Apparently.
I feel like it's just because they're bringing out like a side of hockey that like nobody has ever seen. Mainly because I've never you know what I mean? I don't do that. I might have to cut that out of the video.
You probably will.
I think I will. Let me get a time code here.
Yeah. 52-15 or something.
Well, that's good content, but is that too inappropriate?
He doesn't need a clip of him going, on screen.
Okay.
Okay, well, are we just gonna jump to your stuff, Dave? Still?
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Let's get into it. Blind rankings, courtesy of Dayton. Me and Dally don't know what these are. He has cooked this up. Tell us the categories, Dave.
All right. So, in honor of the World Juniors, we first off are just we're gonna go Team Canada top moments. I have 8 of them. We're gonna rank them 1 through 8. Excuse me. And the first one I'm gonna start with, in honor of this year being in Minnesota. It's when the World Juniors were first held in Minnesota. Canada won the gold, and they did not have a recording of the Canadian national anthem. So the boys had to, it was in 1982, the boys had to line up on the blue line and sing the national anthem themselves. And it's in every top 10. You got to love it. It's kind of just in here because it's Minnesota once again, and it's one that you love because even if you do have the recording of the anthem, you're still singing it, but it made it even better because they were just singing it and everyone sang along too.
I will say the boys weren't singing today. I was pretty disappointed with them. They were just standing there watching the anthem. Yeah, Gav, they panned right over McKenna, and he's just.
They're like, yeah,
damn.
Yeah, next.
Boys,
because
you got to belt it out. You're on United States soil. You got to belt it out. Okay. What's our lit? Is it 1 to 5, 1 to 10? Where's our
1 to 8? 1 to 8.
1 to 8.
4 for me.
Dally, but do we shock the world and just be like absolute vibes with the boys, team camaraderie, country camaraderie? Like, is it number 1? Just like, you know, like there was no social media. They weren't doing it for a click or a like or a view. They did it out of passion, heart, and love for their country. and like I don't. It doesn't have to be 1, but I mean, for me, maybe in my heart it's 1. But if you want to do 4, we could do 4. That's just above halfway.
I love every angle of the point you were trying to get across. I love it, right? Just the unity, the nationalism, right? But I want it high, but I also don't want like the snub guys like the Jordan Eberle goal and stuff like that. Like a lot of Canadians would say that's one of the most iconic that they remember, right? They were there watching that moment. So let's go with a safe 4. A safe 4.
4 is good.
Middle pack, yeah, for sure.
Right. Golf clap for the boys. Golf clap for the boys. Gotta love it. I think you're muted.
Okay, so the next one up, that one's at 4. We'll go with the Tyler Steenbergen game-winning goal in 2018 in Buffalo. Remember, he was the 13th forward all-tournament, and this was his first shift to the hockey game.
Oof. I mean, it's a big moment. I feel like it's not as high as maybe some of the others, but I feel like it can't be the worst moment because what a moment. I mean, he hasn't played all game and he comes on, scores a game winner. I remember how exciting that was. So I'm fine with a 5 or a 6 here, and I think it's well respected.
Was this when they went outdoors in Buffalo?
Well, it wasn't the outdoor game. They lost the outdoor game in the shootout to the States, but this was the gold medal game against Sweden.
I'd say 5.
Yeah, right. 5 is good.
Fair.
I just remember because that was Brady Tkachuk's year in that outdoor game, and that was a feisty game against the Canadians and Americans.
Yeah, the U.S. team was so physical.
Oh, yeah.
So physical.
All righty, next one up. Jonathan Taves and Carey Price in the shootout in Lexan back-to-back. You guys know what happened.
See, okay, I know everyone loves Jordan Eberle, but this is my World Juniors moment. That went on what felt like 4 hours as a kid, and it was mystical. Over the boards comes Taves again from Gord Miller. Who's up again but Jonathan Taves? Gord Miller just over and over and over for what, 7 shots I think he took? Like, absolutely unreal. For me, it's my number 1. It changed because that's about when I started watching the World Juniors, was like 06 when they came to Kamloops. Is honestly when I learned it was even a tournament. My family was not a very big hockey family growing up. I started when I was 8. So we were just kind of learning hockey by the time I was 10, and it was here in Kamloops. And then I was 11 watching it on TV kind of for like the first time. And that moment was kind of my first moment of like, what am I watching? This hockey is incredible. So for me, it's 1, but it doesn't have to be if you don't want it to be Dally. That's just my part.
You know what? I would honestly say that's a safe number 1. I couldn't even top that with what I could bring to the table for me remembering my first World Juniors moment, right? So I don't think with the story behind it and also how iconic that is, I'm not going to argue that. I like that. We'll go with number 1.
Number 1.
All right, next up, we have Connor Bedard's quarterfinal goal in overtime against the Slovaks. 3-on-3, worked through the whole team, and put a backhander on his now Chicago Blackhawks counterpart, Adam Gajan.
It was good. It is only a quarterfinal.
Actually, no, for me.
We did 5.
We did 5?
We have 6 or 3. We're kind of on a tough
2, 3,
side of the spectrum.
6, 7, 8.
I think 6 is safe. It's an incredible goal. Obviously, they needed it to advance, but I think that there's some bigger moments.
Yeah, that's fair. I do think like if that was in the semifinals, like if that was a different, I don't know, like you said, different atmosphere, probably would have been a different goal. But let's go to the 25th 2015 gold medal game. Canada won 5-4 against the Russians.
Oh, we need Russia back. That's what I'm going to say first off. Yeah, geez, Russia's just and I hate it because Russia beats us more than anyone else. But man, is it fun having them in the tournament. Is it? No, it wasn't the last time they were in it. But
The last time Russia was in it was COVID, the year that it shut down.
Yeah.
I think it was 2021 before Edmonton, and they came back in the summer, and then they weren't in it.
Yeah. Let's go. What do you want? We either have 7 or 3. I don't think it's 8.
7.
7? Okay.
Sweet.
We're on a tough split. 8 or 2 or 3. We're in a tough hole.
All right, so now we have, I don't know if you guys will remember this one as well, but a certain someone scored with 5.4 seconds left in the semifinals against the Russians to send Canada to the gold medal game. I think his name was Jordan Eberle.
Yeah, buddy, that's the top spot right there.
You can't do that.
That's
can't do it.
Because we have Taze at 1. But Eberle, I mean, they're 1A
the
and
next
1B.
highest. The next highest position that we have left.
Yeah,
okay.
It's 1A and 1B.
Yeah, automatic.
They're the 2 greatest moments in World Junior history. The knee slide, like, unreal.
My point being, fellas, he's not taking that 8th spot. Believe me, that was an iconic goal.
All right, so we have 3 and 8 left to go. And the next one up is, I don't know, Sid, this is the one that I don't know if Dally, I don't know if you guys will remember as well, but it was when the tournament was overseas, we were playing the Russians, and the TSN camera actually kept the puck in play and avoided a 5-on-3 penalty kill for the Canadians. We were able to kill off the 5-on-4 and then eventually tied up the game and then took the lead.
Was that in Helsinki?
That was overseas. It was in, I believe it was in Ostrava. Yeah. Ostrava, Czech Republic.
I mean, I think we put it 8 just because, like, nowadays they just call it delay of game. The camera doesn't count as the glass. They changed the rule because that changed the whole game. I mean, for the fact of the story, like, what a story. Like, that's so cool. What are the odds that that's what happened, and then the call and the no penalty and everything, and then leading to the flip of the game, and it definitely is incredible. But I think it's maybe they would have won if it didn't hit it, even if they did go on a 5-on-3. Who knows? So,
all right, fellas. Well, here is the final board. I'll pop it up right now, and you guys can see what you put at the number 3 spot. Once you see the picture, it'll kind of give it away, and then I'll kind of dive deeper onto what it is.
John Tavares. Okay.
John Tavares, New Year's Eve against the States. They're down, and he pulls out a hat trick out of his back pocket and says, "Here you go, Star Spangle my banner," and fucking shove it. So there we go, John Tavares. That rounds out.
Can we say this? John Tavares is the best Canadian, I was going to say Jonathan Taze. Sorry. Jonathan Taze is the best Canadian World Junior player ever. Best performances at the tournament.
Taze?
Taze. Johnny Taze.
I'd say one of.
Because I think he played 3 tournaments. I think he played 3.
Yeah, he did actually. And then in the next, yeah.
Sorry, and like obviously Bedard has the most points ever, but like it was harder to score goals. It was more physical. He just, the Russians were in everything. It was just a harder time, and he just, to me, was the best that there ever was in the World Juniors.
Honestly, fellas, I'd say that's probably our best blind ranking ever we've done with Game Day Tarps podcast. That was actually very respectable.
It
I'm
is.
happy.
Also, since
That was
we're
very
on that era of World Juniors, Riley, I went to Sport Check one year. I was playing novice hockey, so this must have been 2000. It was 2009 because it was the year that they were playing in Ottawa, and they just got the new partnership with Nike Bauer, and I
Yep.
got a pair of Nike Bauer gloves with the Hockey Canada logo on them, and I
Oh,
was so pumped. I wore them the next day. I think they were the fake knockoff pair, but that's okay.
well, who
Um,
cares?
exactly. Anyways, just had to put that out there. We'll take a quick pause. I'm going to take a sip of Dr. Pepper, and we're going to get right back to another blind ranking. All right, fellas. So now we're going to do another blind ranking. It's still 1 to 8, but this time we're doing World Junior moments, all teams included. There are still some Canada moments in here, but if they are Canada moments, it's usually not too good. It's usually going against the Maple Leaf. So let's kick it right off. Let's go ahead with. Actually, you know what? Let's kick it right off with this one. Riley, you said your World Junior moment was the John Tavares, or I mean, the Jonathan Taves shootout with Carey Price in Lexand in 07. My World Junior moment is waking up in the middle of the night when, right before overtime, right before John Carlson walks down and rips one blocker side on Jake Allen and absolutely killed my hopes. So yeah, that was it. John Carlson, the game winner in 2010.
Yeah, I guess I always forget that you're 4 hours ahead because for us it was like a 6 a.m. game. For
6
you,
8.
it was
No,
like-
this was in the States. I'm pretty sure 2010. That was in North Dakota, or is it?
okay.
No, North Dakota. This was in Saskatchewan. So yes, this was still
Middle of the country.
middle of the country, but like it was a late game for me, so I had to wake up, and they were going into overtime. And yeah, it was when Canada had those green jerseys, though. You remember that?
Oh, my favorite jersey they've ever worn.
Yeah.
Hands down. That might be the hottest take ever. I love that jersey.
Not bad, not bad.
Where do we want to put this? John Carlson. I mean, like,
You remember the celly? Like he comes down the boards after he rips it, and he's like,
it was a great Sally. It was a great, great play. John Carlson's still a fantastic player. I don't think it can go that low. Yeah.
Middle pack.
Middle pack? Yeah, I was going to say like a 4 again.
Yep.
Start safe.
Yep.
cool.
Yeah. 4. USA doesn't deserve number 1 unless it's like showtime.
All right, the next one comes actually from today's game from Adam Yerichek. It's the between the legs game-winning goal in overtime.
I think that could be like 1 or 2 or 3.
I like
Yeah.
3. I like
Yeah,
3.
3.
Very flashy play, but not as iconic as what it's going to go up against. So I like a solid 3.
I think it will be. It sucks that it was in a like just round robin game, but
Yeah, it's not a medal game. Yeah, would have been
but it
like
was huge in terms of implications for the standings. So, I like 3. It was a great play, and a defenseman going between the legs.
Yeah, what's he doing in front of the net in overtime, eh? The next one, we'll go to Troy Terry. Troy Terry actually had a shootout in the semifinals against the Russians in 2017 at the Bell Center. He went 5-hole twice on Yaroslav Askarov and then proceeded to go into the gold medal game. Carter Hart knew he had to have read the book on Troy Terry and still let him go 5-hole on him twice he actually only went 5-hole once on Carter Hart, but he still scored and he went 5-hole after going twice 5-hole on Askarov, and it led to a U.S. gold medal. Troy Terry was absolutely deadly in that tournament, and then the U.S. won gold. So that's my next one is Troy Terry's dominance in Montreal in 2017.
6.
I mean, if I put Jonathan Tays 1 for his shootout dominance, and Troy Terry did it back-to-back games, I feel like 2 is a safe bet here.
It's the fact that he went 5-hole twice in the same shootout, same move on a goalie in Yaroslav Askarov, and then a goalie in Carter Hart in his like skill set the same tournament the day after, and Carter Hart's not able to read that, or he's just so good that he's able to deceive him and just go again. And I'm like, oh man, he's so good.
What do you think about 2? Is that too high for you, or because then we have only one?
There's some pretty good ones though.
I'm reading the room here. Oh, there's some pretty good ones here.
Yeah, we can go 5. Like it is impressive. But
is it going to top anything else, right?
I'm fine if we drop it.
5, fellas?
5 is fine.
Okay. Next one up. I know it's an old one, and I might not have been alive for this. We might not have been alive for this one, fellas, but it's the Piastani punch-up.
The Piastani. Oh, I've heard of it. What year was it?
It was before my time, but it was when the Russians and the Canadians got into such a big brawl that they shut the lights out. And
that's number 1. Oh. That's the best World Juniors in history. That is the best moment.
You're going 1?
World Juniors history. Dally, do you agree?
Yes, absolutely. When
bench clearing brawl, turning the lights out as if that was going to do anything.
And they kept going after they turned the lights back on. I remember that. And it's like the brawls are just still going.
Well, just imagine you turn the lights out and you stop throwing and the other guy keeps throwing. Like, of course, you got to keep throwing.
Oh, yeah.
1987, the final game of the World Junior Ice Hockey Championships.
Yeah, I was
the Canadians and Soviet Union bench clearing brawl. Yeah.
I wasn't even a thought for about 8 years at that point. So,
all right.
What a game. Unreal. I watched that highlight and I cannot control smiling watching it.
Dude, I can't understand that it's like a World Junior game. Those are like 18, 19-year-olds.
Yeah,
they just like can't screw these Russians.
Yeah, dude, they hate it.
And they're like, screw these Canadians.
Yeah, but back then, fucking 18, 19-year-olds were built like brick shit houses with like full-on beards and everything. Like it was.
Yeah, you ever seen Youngblood? Youngblood is the best representation of the times back then. Love that movie.
All right, next up, we have Dennis Godla's performance in Toronto in 2016.
Who did he play for? I don't even remember his name.
Slovakia. He won Slovakia a bronze medal in 2015-16.
And Slovaks don't win many medals. But we only have 1 or 2 where we have to go 6 to 8.
Dennis got
I think let's give him the respect and let's go 6.
Yeah.
We'll give him the respect that he drug Slovakia to it, but it can't be a top 2 moment.
You said it the best, right? Like how many times have they really meddled in their country's history being at this tournament? So it was obviously a huge moment for their home country. So yeah, I respect 6.
Actually, I want to say is I saw the most rigged thing the other day. They were talking about countries and like their medals in history, and they gave the Czechs. They were like Czech. And then their medal count, and then they were like also including Czechoslovakia's medal counts, and then Slovakia I think literally only had 2 medals, and they didn't include Czechoslovakia's medals for the Slovaks, but they did for the Czechs. I was like, that's brutal. They were the same country. Like, how can you not include it for one and not the other?
That's kind of tough.
Yeah. So,
Aiden, I have a guess. If you don't mind a spoiler, do you have last year's Latvia-Canada shootout in any of these mentions for the line ranking? No? Because honestly, I think when they returned back to Latvia, they had like the whole country down at like in the capital to welcome them all home. Like you can't tell me that was like a huge moment.
That was a huge moment.
No, it was, for sure.
I was just asking if it was there or not because I was like, dude, that's got to be high. But anyways, we can get
to it. They also did that, and when they won the World Championship a few years ago, or they won a medal at the World Championship, they actually declared it a national holiday.
Mm-hmm.
R.I.P. Matisse.
Because they beat the States. But anyways, next one we have 2, 7, and 8. This one, I'm not sure if you guys are going to remember it, but I actually remember it quite well. The Finns, they weren't doing very well. It was that same tournament in Montreal when Dennis Godla was actually lighting everything up. Finland was doing very poorly. New Year's Eve came around, and they lost to the Danes. Jussi Ahokas right now coach of the Kitchener Rangers, was fired by the Finnish staff and sent home to Finland. They hired a new coach, which was the assistant coach, and Jussi Ahokas has never stepped foot on a Finnish national team bench ever since. So
Nice.
that is the next one up.
We got to go 8 for the poor guy. I mean, that's the worst moment in history. Being fired mid-tournament and sent packing. They probably didn't even pay his flight home. They were like, you can go see your own wife and kids.
No sympathy.
Yeah.
His wife and kids were probably there with him, not gonna lie.
True. He probably had to pay like $4,000 just to fly them all home. Tough. Yeah, that's 8. That's one of the toughest moments I've ever heard.
All right. Next one up. We've got Kasperi Kapanen's wraparound overtime winner on home ice 2016 in Helsinki against the Russians.
It's a good moment. We have 2 or 7. I mean, it might be the biggest non-gold. Wait, did they win gold? I forget. Did they
that was a golden goal.
Oh, that might be their biggest moment in history. I'm fine with 2 with that.
Yeah, we took a gamble last round for the blind ranking. I say let's keep 2 solidified here. Let's go with it. Let's see what we get for 7-day.
Okay, number 7. We will download this. I'll show you guys the final board here. I'll give you guys a guess. You guys can guess to see what this one is.
Anything outside of the McTavish stop on the line, I think.
I told you this is not going to be here, so
yeah.
it's great.
Well, you said it wouldn't be in the Canada one. I didn't know if it would be in the overall.
All right. Well, here we go.
Artemi Panarin. Wow.
Buffalo, 2011. Canada goes into the third period up 3-0. Canada loses the gold medal game 5-3 to Vladimir Tarasenko, Artemi Panarin, and company in 2011.
Yeah, just for the sake that they hurt Canada, that's fine at 7.
Absolutely.
But we still need Russia back. I mean, there's that Zarhovsky kid everyone's talking about. Like, they would have been a pretty good team.
Huge void in the tournament.
I think Demidov still available as well.
He wouldn't have went.
No, not at all. But like,
I think Michkov would have been available.
Yeah, dude, their team actually would have been insane.
But that's the thing. The last couple of years, they would have had Daniil Butt, Simashev. They would have had Michkov, Demidov. Like, they would have been unreal. Their goaltending would have been unreal. So, yeah, you never know.
Well, fellas, those are the blind rankings. Is there anything else you guys want to touch on?
No, that's great. I'm happy with our rankings. I'm happy with our top 10s. Happy with this tournament. Like I said, probably the best tournament in history for me that I know, at least closeness of the teams. Anyone can win. And I think that's really exciting. No one really is running away with it. Maybe Sweden has the advantage as best looking team, but can they do it in the medal round? That's all what it comes down to with Sweden. They still just suck in the medal round. So
they have a big drought. They have a medal drought.
Let's go final score predictions for the Finland game on New Year's Eve.
You know what? I'm going to go bold. I'm going to go 6-1 Canada. I think that, like Dally said, offense heavy. I don't think the Finns can score with them. If they break the bank, I think it's just going to be floodgates open. Rimpinen gets pulled to save him. They put in the backup. A couple extra goals get tapped in.
And like I said earlier, too, Canada needs to put all gas, no brakes. Don't put Finland on the back burner, right? This is still a good hockey team, okay? Don't count them out yet. I think it's going to be a tight game, but I feel like Canada is still going to beat them out in regulation. I want to say it's going to be 3-2 Canada.
I actually liked Riley's bold prediction as well. I'm going to go 5-2 Canada. I think if you can get in Rimpinen's head and get in them early, I think it'll be good. I heard today, they were down 1-0 and going into the third period, or maybe it was in the third period. I heard a hot mic. Rimpinen was giving it to the
Oh, yeah.
referee. Yeah, and I'm telling you, he probably was not having the best day. So I think if the Canadians can get to him early, he might have a little bit of a temper that we might not know about.
You know what? I have one wish for the Canadians too. Change the world here a little bit. Let's run 8D next game. No 13th forward. Let's get Karls and Verhoff in this game. Let's give everyone kind of a better role. Bring down the minutes a little bit. Obviously, you're going to keep Prek up there, but like I think Cameron Reed's maybe still playing a little bit too much. Ethan McKenzie's playing a little bit too much. Let's
I
sprinkle.
don't mind McKenzie's play. I don't mind McKenzie's play.
I think he was a bit of a liability tonight out of all the defensemen. I think that he kind of played him and Danford, I thought, didn't play the greatest.
Danford as well.
I like McKenzie over Danford. Danford could use some ice reduction. But I don't know. Get all of them in. I don't think Karl should be out of this lineup like they have him just because he's 17. He was top 4 for me. I think Prek and Karls would go great. And then you have Brunick and whoever the heck Brunick's with. And then I think you go Verhoff and McKenzie. And then you have like Danford and Reed as your 7-8. They won't do it. I know they won't do it, but why play a forward one shift when you can kind of solidify your D a little bit better, in my opinion? But
yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Anyways, fellas, it is 2:17 in the morning. I have to work tomorrow, but that's not for another. I don't have to go to work till I don't have to be there till 12. So I think that's 10 hours from now. So I'm good. I am going to hit the hay, though. You guys take care. Everyone else, thanks for tuning in. We'll be cooking up some World Juniors predictions all tournament long. Tune into our TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and make sure you're locked in for the rest of the tournament until the 5th on the gold medal game, because we hope Canada will be playing, and maybe they'll get to face off against the United States on home soil. We'll probably be doing something again after the Finland game on New Year's Eve, so tune in, and also keep an eye out for anything on the go on TikTok. Dallas might be cooking up some extra graphics along the way. He's got a new setup that he might want to play around with, Dallas? So everyone, take care. Happy holidays and Happy New Year if we don't see you.
Happy New Year.